Hello guys, we're going to look at another video tutorial on Vlookup. In this case here, we are supposed to look for the species for each code here. So if I look for the code here, what is the species name? If I come to AX, what is the species name? Now, so when we look here, we have the lookup table. You'll not always have the information there to say lookup table, but you should have a rough idea of what you doing here. So we've been provided a code and then the name. So each code will give us a name. So in this case here, we have a code and we don't have the species name. So what we're going to do here is to use a Vlookup to find the names of each code here. So we begin by typing in Vlookup. So once you begin typing, the function pops up and you double click. Or you can type in everything yourself. So once you double click, the next thing to do is to take the first lookup value. The lookup value here is B3. So B3, and where does it end? It goes all the way to B38. So B3 to B38, and then we can lock it up by pressing F and F4. All right, so having done that, we lock. We've typed in something wrong here. Okay, so we do the same thing here, F and F4 to lock up that, and then we bring the comma. Now the next thing to do is, in which table, the table of array, in which table do we have the code and the name? So this is a table in which I have the code and the name. So remember always to lock it up or it will keep moving down. So F and F4 to lock the table. So having done that, I bring in comma, and then now in this table, where do we have the name? Because we already have the code and we want the name. So among these two columns, between these two columns, column 1 contains the code, column 2 contains the name. So I'll bring 2 to say look into column 2, and then because we want an exact match, we'll have to click on false, close the cell and hit enter. Once we do that, we only replicate by double clicking at the box at the bottom of the green bar. So when we replicate, it fills in all the way to the last part. PP is popular. So let's see if that is true. Yeah, PP here is popular. All right. So that is how the Vlookup works. Let's take the last example here. Now, in this case here, we don't have the Vlookup function on this particular cell. So it means that we have to use a different sheet which contains a lookup value to complete this work. So we said we should use the file called code.csv. So we will look for that particular so code.csv. all right, that is where it is. So code.csv, I just open it. All right, so having opened code.csv, you realize that I have code here and then I have species there. So to work with the lookup value, all I have to do is to come in here. I'm not going to use the function which is the same as the typing in, so I'll come into function and then double click on Vlookup, and once I've done that, I have to select the lookup value. The lookup value is B3 all the way to B3 all the way to B38, so to B38, and then FN and then the F4 will lock up the cell. Having done that, the table of array is on the second SL, so the lookup values are here. So I'll select the table. Having selected the table, it's gone beyond, so shift go up, right? So you realize that in here the code has appeared together with the cells being locked up, and then the name of the species here is in the second column, and then we have to force SL to give us an exact match. Having that, I click on OK, and once again we replicate by double clicking, and you see that we have everything just the way we want it. So that is how the Vlookup works if you are using a different sheet. The horizontal lookup or the H lookup is the same as the Vlookup. The only difference with the horizontal lookup is that the table is in a horizontal form, and whatever you be looking up to fill is also in the horizontal form. V simply means vertical, so everything we have is in the vertical form, which are in columns. So the H lookup, everything will be in the row. So that's the only difference. So H lookup, Vlookup is done. All right, so till we meet again, enjoy yourself and try practicing and be perfect. All right, bye bye.